Welcome to 21st Century Competencies in Action, Planning Instruction for 21st Century Learners. In this video series, you'll see examples of learning activities facilitated by teachers in Washoe County School District that help our students develop the competencies they will need to be college and career ready in the 21st century, and demonstrate mastery of the content and skills articulated in the Nevada Academic Content Standards. Based on a 3-year global research study into innovative teaching and learning conducted by Microsoft Partners in Learning, Washoe County School District has adopted a framework that includes 6 dimensions of 21st century learning: collaboration, knowledge construction, real-world problem solving and innovation, the use of technology for learning, self-regulation, and skilled communication. This video focuses on the 21st century learning dimension of collaboration. When students are collaborating, they are working together in pairs or groups to discuss an issue, solve a problem, or create a product. The collaboration elevator identifies 4 21st century competencies. As you watch the video, be on the lookout for examples of students working together in pairs or groups, sharing responsibility to develop a product of learning, making important decisions together about the content, process, or product of their learning, and working interdependently, where they must depend on each other to create a product or learning outcome.
So what you're seeing are my students working together with their Read and Create station, and they are in charge of reading a novel and then creating something to demonstrate their knowledge of literary elements. And the first time I did it, some of them did really well, but others really lacked some depth and completeness. So this time around I decided to use collaboration, and they're actually working with partners in trios, and I've given them a purpose. So they're making book trailers that will go on our website so that all of the 6th grade can look on there and get an idea of what they want to read. So together they are creating a shared document and keeping track of all the elements as the plot unfolds. And then they will be making those book trailers together.
So what I said is, at the age 17, she read the same book over and over again because she was sad and thought about death. Because like she had very limited time, she thought. That's all I have, because I didn't have my book.
I said that us and Hazel met each other when they went to a group. Hazel had an oxygen, she couldn't breathe from her lungs, and what's his name? August, he just went to support one of his friends, and he once had cancer, but he was a survivor. And then they met each other at the group, and then they started liking each other, and they went to a movie.
So what I wrote was that they are introducing the kids that have a sickness in their bodies. Like, say Hazel can't breathe from her lungs and she doesn't feel good all the time. And Augustus has something happening with his head. And
So is it? Hazel read the Do you agree, Joanna?
Yeah,
Why?
because that's the beginning. And then that's what it said in the very beginning, that she kept reading the book over and over.
Do you agree?
yeah, I agree, but say she had thoughts about other kids and people that had the same sickness, and for her to think about death.
Yeah, add that too. Okay, look, what do I put?
Thinking about that.
Like, tell me what to put.
She kept reading the book over and over, and she kept thinking about that.
She kept thinking about other people that had the same kind of sickness, but she thought differently.
Thinking about other people that had her same sickness. This is the part where she said that she felt like she was gonna die and she was really depressed on herself. Like,
Her parents thought she was depressed because she kept reading the same book.
and then she spent a lot of quiet time in her bed just reading that same book. And then
She was sick at the hospital, and her dad said how much he loved her.
That's in the very end. Her mom and her doctor said that she had to be in support group.
should we put that she had cancer? It says my regular Dr. Jim, who agreed I was probably swimming in
A paralyzing and totally clinical depression.
and therefore my meds should be adjusted.
We have like code colors. So like my partner Eric, his color is blue. My partner Angel, his color is red. My color is purple or pink. I'm not really sure, but the notes we have so far are like the protagonist and the exposition event.
So for the shared responsibility element, they are using a shared document with Google Docs, and they have decided together that in order to track it, they're using different colors for each person so that when I check on Friday, I can make sure that each of the students are contributing to their notes, and then I'll leave them comments and they can go ahead and fix things or respond in that manner. So when they're working with their Google Docs, I've given them the idea that they can make some choices on how they want their Google Doc to look, and so they have to negotiate, am I going to use a chart, am I going to use some headers, and they have all the different parts of the literary elements that they're going to include in there, but they have to have that conversation. So sometimes they're working without their partner and they're just sharing through the doc, and some parts of the day they actually get together with their partner and talk it over. What is my document going to look like? Do I agree that's the protagonist, that's the antagonist, and how I'm really going to pace it by creating a calendar. This is just the first part of the project, and they're collectively owning this work. They're both responsible, or in the case of the trios, all three are responsible to add to the document so that when they sit down to actually make their trailer with iMovie, they're able to integrate the ideas and help each other out, because through that collaboration they're more creative, they're willing to take more chances. And the app itself is really easy, but we've done some work with them with the iMovie, and they realize it's really that content that they need help with, and they need to bounce those ideas off each other, and so they're all going to be responsible to create this cohesive product in the end.
Was the guy's name Terrace like that? No, it was a girl. Seriously, look. We're racist. It's a girl. What's your name then? And then we have it back.
So how do you know that you're going to be on track for that January 30th deadline? You don't. So what could you do to make sure that you are on track?
Can make a plan, like a dateline.
Up in that blue paper, and you can take that down. I can go get it for you. Are all the weeks that you have left until that deadline? So if you want to do something with that, you can use that and look at it. So it looks like you guys have a nice plan for your information, for your plot elements. So you're just missing that pacing. So you don't want to find it's like the 25th and you still have half the book left to do. Okay? I'll go get that for you, and you guys can decide how you're going to figure that out. Okay?
Okay.
You see the card? When do you want to have our drives?
Like by the end of the week, what page you gonna be on? Like 50?
Yeah, 50.
Yeah, because today's Monday, and then by like Sunday, we should be on page 50.
If you could read
I can.
So right now, I plan for them to make some major decisions together as their group. So in the content, before they had to decide on the book that they wanted to read, but now they're thinking about, well, what template do I want to use? And really going back into the notes and thinking about what am I going to put in there to make sure that they understand or they can show their understanding of the plot. And so they're going back and forth. What is the wording? What are the pictures? What really tells the story? So iTrailer has a lot of different templates that they can choose from, and Tony Vincent has gone ahead and created all these templates online, so you can download these, and I've given these to the students, and they fill in the wording for them and the pictures they want, so they have that before they even get into the iTrailer, and then they can go ahead and fill those out easier. They go back to their notes and they have those rich discussions on what's going to work, what really shows the plot. So I gave it up, I left it up to the kids to decide on whether they wanted to completely separate their roles, and they go through their list. This person's going to do the protagonist, they're going to write some wording for that, they're going to choose the pictures. This person's going to do the antagonist, this person's going to do rising action, and I'm going to do climax over here. Or for some groups, it was really about sitting down with their notes from the Google Docs and looking at each part of it and how they're going to pull it together, and having that discussion back and forth about the words that work and what doesn't, what really tells a story that they want to tell, and how they're going to get those pictures. So it depended on which group, and they made those choices of how they were going to pull it together.
What page was that?
Another table. So hold on.
Why is it so big?
It's supposed to be. So we're gonna put 12, and then like, where is it? Right there. Hold on. 12, 6 through the 12, and then we're gonna put like how many pages, but pages we should have read from to, and then we're gonna put, I think it's 12 over 13.
I think the other guy is trying to mock.
13 to the night, 12 over, and then this is 26. And hold on, I already got 26. So after 1 over 9, it's 1 and 1/16.
We should write it right.
1 over 23. Okay, so now we're gonna see how many pages should we have read. So from this week, how many pages should we have read? We should have read to page 50, right? Do you think that's reasonable, Marcelina? Do you? I think it's reasonable. So to page, like at least 40, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so at least to page 40. And then next week, we should have read to page 40 to 42. Like 40 to page 70. What do you think?
60.
60? Okay.
And then about like 20s.
But how long is it?
365. No, it's more than that.
There's 370.
5 pages.
375. 5, yeah. Oh my gosh. So 90. No. From 60 to page 100. We need to read it.
Well, yeah,
Because isn't it going to be break? Because this is our last week before break, right, Miss Waechter? Is this our last week before break? So 60 to 100, you think that's good? Or
You guys can still read. You can take the books, and you can even access your drive remote. So you can still read over the break. So this one and this one and this one, these 3 weeks right here are going to be during your break. And since you have such a long book, you definitely want to read, and I know both of your parents are going to want you reading anyway. So it's a good idea to plan that in too.
okay. So 60 to 90, then we're gonna have break, right?
So I'll put 100 already.
Okay. All right, class.
90 or 100.
So the second one.
Plan out each part of that.
Second one's the. You just put this one first. That one, and then that one. Okay. And then what are we gonna write for our fourth one? How about Thomas sacrificed his life to save Mino, and then we can put a picture of him running through the wall. Maybe?
But that's more ahead. That's like that's more farther.
Yeah,
in the story. But it's a trailer, so we're not supposed to show it all. So
Yeah,
it
like-
doesn't really matter.
Like only like to the climax or something.
Yeah.
How about
Or what about he meets Chuck, then sacrifices his life to go?
Or like we could put him, or like what is he
him
going,
meeting Chuck?
or like what is he going to do, and then from there we could put like him becoming friends with Chuck, and then like him getting to meet everyone else.
So like a whole like how crowd of people.
Yeah, like make that.
So we should do first meeting Chuck.
Yeah.
In camp training, because they're training for
Camp Half-Blood, yeah,
at Camp Half-Blood, right?
Yeah.
At Camp Half.
Training.
So one picture of training, right?
Camp Half-Blood, and then
A camp, and then we're gonna put. Okay. What do you think we should put here?
what's the rising action?
Hold on, I think we should put like the stream.
Magic stream.
Like you remember, Percy went into the stream, and then he was fighting, and then he didn't live
That water
because
thing?
He was in the
Dude,
water.
that healed him?
Yeah, like the river. Like
Yeah, I know what you're talking
the
about.
stream.
We can find a picture,
But they don't want to.
like a good enough one.
No, that one's fine.
At Camp Half-Blood, training, and then at camp, and then a stream. What do you think the second text should be?
So the interdependency of the students really came down to how they chose what roles they were going to do. And it might have been that they were going to kind of sit apart and do each aspect of the project and then pull it together using the same document, the same notes that they took. Or for some groups, it was a matter of sitting down and sharing their ideas and kind of bouncing them off of each other until they came up with something that worked. So the individual accountability in this piece was that the students had to put their own notes in the shared document. Without that, they couldn't go on with the project. And then when they came back together, they also had to bring those notes and how they were going to use them together in one product. And then the group accountability was that they had to make their two ideas come together so that the one piece was cohesive. They actually were not given the choice of the trailer, so their digital product was going to be the trailer, but within that, they had to decide what template they were going to use that went best with their book. So they had choices like Expedition or Adrenaline, or maybe it was something more of a calm nature, like the indie template. So once they chose the template, then they had to decide from their notes what words showed the plot, how they were going to minimize those so that the words came out bigger, because you can't make these big long sentences in the iTrailers. So they had to go back and forth, okay, so what can I cut out, what tells what I wanted to tell. And then they also had to get pictures, and how do those pictures match what I'm trying to say. Once they put it all together, then they still had that editing piece where they had to come back and look at what they did and ask each other and have the discussion, does that work? Does that tell what I wanted to tell?
What do you want it to say first on the protagonist? Go to the protagonist. So, what do you want it to say?
But just
Okay, so then we're gonna put mine, and then when it's your turn, you'll put your notes. Okay. Okay, so the protagonist is gonna be
You should put the protagonist are, like the protagonist are Alex, the tortoise, and Mr. Today. Yeah. Wait, what about the girl? I forgot her name. Megan. Megan's kind of like, yeah, but mostly Alex. Alex is the most.
Climax. No.
Edited by Malachi.
There's a new rule.
Production designer Director from Alex. Casting by Aaron.
For the exposition, Alex gets unwanted by the preacher scene. Now that Alex gets unwanted, Aaron has to go with his necessary. We should put for the exposition. We should put that his brother is like having feelings, because that's a really big part of the exposition. Yeah, so we'll put and that his mom doesn't care about him anymore. Yeah, we'll put that Alex gets unwanted and his brother gets feelings, but his mom gets mad because he doesn't want him to get feelings.
Put Denver.
So then the first one is
And then something else.
second one antagonist, and then nobody can be different. If you are, you will become one. So that should be right here, right?
We're not done.
So then Alex got to the door of the one,
And then you have to put the quest part right there. Because then it just looks weird.
Yeah, we'll just put this. Alex got to the door of the this. We can take it out. We need to have that.
Okay. So what pictures you think we should put?
For this, Denver. And
Las Vegas?
oh no, because we're not that far in the story yet, though.
No, we could put Will.
And a diner.
It's just that shorter.
The diner, yeah.
Yeah, he finds the door.
Because after they met Ars.
They remember they
And then we could talk about perfect, because look, the diner, and that's where they met Ars, and Ars is one of the antagonists, which is our next one.
Yeah,
Well, we could put instead of Will Alex find his family. Will Alex
find his family.
Well, maybe for this one we could fix it. We could.
You have to touch it. Wait.
Yes, that's good. Alex.
Okay. No, not yet. Because look, it'll still cut. Unless we put it like this. No, it'll
Yeah,
still
because
cut.
Alex, we already read Alex. It doesn't really matter about Alex.
Pero no quiero que corte.
It's
Whatever.
okay.
Then
No, but I was talking about this silver,
Okay.
oh no, you want to put it for that one? Okay, switch it. Dang, all those
Oh yeah, this is one. Hey, we're done. So you wanna watch it?
No. We still need to finish.
Oh yeah, the one.
The three brothers, because those are all three brothers. Yeah? I think that's good.
Yeah.
And period. Okay, let's watch it.
Now turn it up. All the way. That's it.
Oh, I just noticed the iPod.
I like it.